Alright, in this video we will be continuing our conversation about classes. Specifically, we will be talking about the random class. Often in programming, you have the need to create random numbers. You can use a random number generator in order to do so. And in order to do that, you need to import the random class. So we'll go ahead and do that with a import statement, java.util.random. And the first thing we will do is create a random object. We will call it rand, and we'll instantiate it by typing out random rand equals new random. We'll create two variables. The first one will be an int, we'll call it num1. The second one will be a float, we'll call it num2. And we'll go ahead and set our integer variable equal to a random number. We do so by setting it equal to rand.nextInt. Setting num1 equal to rand.nextInt will set our num1 variable equal to a random integer value that the nextInt function will return. This random integer will be anywhere in the range of -2 to the 31st to +2 to the 31st. That being the values that any integer variable is capable of being. You can see if we run this program here, we will get integer values within that range. If we wanted to limit this range, for instance, if we wanted to simulate the roll of a dice, we only need 6 numbers. We could put 6 in this parentheses. Now if we run this, you can see that we do not get 1 through 6, instead we get 0 through 5. Of course, that being because counting starts from 0 in the Java programming language. So if we wanted to get a specific 1 through 6 value, what we would have to do is add a 1 down here to our num1 variable when we print it out. If we wanted to simulate a deck of cards, for instance, 1 through 52, we could change this 6 to a 52. And as you can see, we get random integer values between 1 and 52. Going to our float variable, num2, if we want to set num2 equal to a random float value, we go ahead and set it equal to rand.nextFloat. Notice that we have to use nextFloat here and not nextInt, being that our num2 variable was initialized to the float type. And what this function will do is set num2 equal to a random float value between 0 and 1. Now say you wanted random decimal values within a range greater than 0 and 1. For instance, if you want values between 0 and 3, and all the real numbers that are in between those values, what you could do is multiply your num2 variable in the print line statement by any integer value. In this case, we'll use 3. And if we run this, we can see that we get all real numbers in between 0 and 3. Now say we wanted to simulate a random percentage between 0 and 100. What we could do is multiply our num2 variable by 100 instead of 3. And you can see if we run this, you can see we'll get all real numbers between 0 and 100.